Hey everyone, my name is Keturah Orji and I'm a long and triple jumper with the Atlanta Track Club, and I'll be going through a sprint drill series just teaching you guys how to do some sprint stuff while you're at home or in the backyard or any place you have access to. I also want to remind you guys to make sure you have water to drink while you're doing these things, hydrate well, and make sure the place that you're working out is open and spacious. You don't want to be near anyone that you could kick or hit or just injure yourself. So just make sure you're safe while you're doing these things. Okay, so the first sprint drill is going to be knee to chest, and this is simply just raising your knee to your chest. Whenever you're doing sprint drills, you want to make sure that you're using your arms, opposite arm to opposite leg. You want to make sure your knee's coming to 90 degrees, and you want to make sure your foot is also lifted. You don't ever want to point your toes in running position. So it should look like this, or like this. And you would do it on both legs. Okay, so for the second drill, we're going to be doing heel to butt. And so while the last drill, knee to chest, was working on front side mechanics, heel to butt will be working on back side mechanics of running. And so it should be your heel coming right to your butt, and make sure when your foot comes back on the ground, it's coming right underneath your hips, right below you. You don't ever want to be out here doing drills or out here doing drills. You always want to be right underneath you. And so you can start out slow, and don't forget to use your arms, and it would look like this. Or as you advance through it and it gets a little bit hard, a little bit easier, you can go to something more difficult and it would be quicker and it would look like this. Okay, and for the third drill, it is known as low A skip. And A skip is a very common drill among sprinters or any type of runner. And this one's focused on just getting rhythm when you're about to start running and just warming up the body. And so the way I usually like to explain this is just starts out with a bounce, and then you slowly add in A skip. And that looks like this. And this one is low A skip, so you're focused on keeping the knee lower than usual. Usually when you would run, it would be up here, but just to start out the warm-up, you want to start a little bit lower to get it warmed up. And make sure, as always, your heel is flexed up. You don't ever want to point your toes, and make sure you're using your arms also. Our fourth drill will be low B skip, and so this has the same exact bounce of an A skip, except when you come up, as you did in the A skip, you want to kick out and then bring your foot right back underneath your hips. And so it will start to look like this. And as before, usually a B skip would come up right to 90 degrees, but because you're still getting warmed up and these are beginner sprint drills, you just start out with a low knee drive and kick that foot out and make sure it comes right back underneath your hips. Our next drill is called ankling, and this one I usually use to warm up just before I really get into a full running form. I'm going to just do a light running form, and this one really warms up, I feel like, my ankles and my calves. And so it's just a baby running form. You're making sure you have quick contacts and keeping those legs flexed as always. So this is how it looks from the front, and from the side it would look like this. Our last drill for this first video is quick leg. And so for this one, you're really starting to get those legs activated, starting to move a lot quicker and get your body warmed up. And so it usually looks like just starting out running and then raising it quick leg, and then raising another quick leg. Or you can just do one leg at a time, and you can just stay here. And so it's up to you what kind of rhythm you want to do. You can maybe do 3 bounces in between, you can maybe do 5 bounces in between, but just decide how much break you want to take in between to make sure you're bringing that leg up really fast and bringing it right back down really fast and getting right back into your running form.